You say when. It's the Heidi and Karin show. The Karin and Heidi show. Do do.
Is that our jingle?
We need a theme. We need a theme song.
All right, well, I'm going to let you come up with that.
Well,
Oh,
you know, I can't sing, but I will sing. That's the scary part.
Good morning, Karin.
Oh, good morning. We must be live on Facebook. Hello, Facebook family.
Happy Halloween from Las Vegas.
I'm going as a Karin memes because my kids say I'm the Karin of all Karens. Like, you know, the memes about.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
I know. It's true, though. It's true. It's totally who they made that memes about.
Okay. So, I don't know if I want that claim to fame, but anyways.
No, I really don't. I'm totally kidding. I don't want that.
Okay.
But let's start with our topic today: recession, depression, or obsession. And you're in Las Vegas and I'm in North Carolina right now. Tell me what that means to you when you're talking about agent numbers and preparing for 2021 and the rest of your life.
The rest of my life, that could be just this afternoon. I don't know. Well, that's a lot of things. Repression, depression. What is it? Depression, oppression. I don't know. Listen, right now it's a little bit tough here in Las Vegas because, you know, so much people in the entertainment industry. A lot of people have lost their jobs. But you know, it's surprising enough, we still have a lot of people coming from Hawaii, Utah, California. And with all those fires in California, people want to get out of there and stuff like that. And it's a little cheaper to live here. It's more expensive than North Carolina. Now, we have a lot of people here that have the real estate license, but they're all not full-time agents. So I love it. A guy on my team says, you can do real estate part-time. You just don't know which part of the time you're going to do it. You know, you can't plan for when it's going to happen. So here it's a little bit different with the agents that are coming on my team or joining EXP. You know, some of them do work just part-time in the industry, and that's okay. So these are numbers that I have to take into consideration. Is that what you're asking me?
Right. Yes. Well, I feel like today we need to cover 3 essential topics.
Okay.
We need for agents to know where you've been, what happened this year or last year. And if you're brand new, there's a way to average out the market. So you need to understand averaging of the market. If you are a seasoned agent, you need to know this year plus last year plus all the year. You need to know your numbers. And then agents need to know where they are right this minute with all your numbers for the year. And then where do you want to go? So I think if we focus on those 3 fundamental things, where you've been, where you are, and where you want to go, we can determine how to get there.
Okay. So let's start with you. Where have you been?
Well, this year we're having a great year. We're up 145, almost 150%. So I, as a mega agent icon team, it's a mouthful. It just means we're a medium to larger team. I always know every month we run a P&L. I have agent numbers per agent. I have expense reports, all of this. So I know every piece of that number. But when I was a new agent, I really didn't know where I was or what I was doing or how I was getting there. Remember those?
Yes, but because when you're a new agent, no one tells you to keep track of that. All you're doing when you're a new agent is counting how many deals you have and how much is that commission. And so you're not focused on the right thing. And as a new agent, a lot of times you're taught to look at production races rather than your taxes, how much money is going in the bank, what are you saving? You know, I had a coach a long time ago, early in my career, and he said, Heidi, I've seen a lot of agents go across that stage to collect that trophy, and they have no money in the bank.
Dead broke.
Dead broke. And and you know what? And like I told you last week, that happened to me once. I went across that stage. I had no money, but you know what? Now I collect the award, but I'm grateful for it. But it's not why I'm doing anything. I'm focused on, like you said, my numbers. You know, every month I meet with my team. I tell everybody on my team where they are. They all have their goals. I say, okay, look, you said you were going to do this. You told me how you were going to get there. And this is where you're at. So, but this year, This year is a strange year. It is better than last year, but it is weird, weird, weird.
It's a weird year. But you know what? The interesting thing is, my husband was talking to me last night. He said, what if the real estate market crashes? I go, well, I adjust. And he said, how do you adjust? And I said, well, not if the real estate market crashes, but when it crashes and we roll into a recession, because we will, I feel like, because so many people have lost their jobs, they're underemployed, they haven't made a mortgage payment in 6 months. They've been shut down for 6, 7, 8 months. And really, first of all, if you've been shut down for 6, 7, or 8 months, you better go do something for income. Right. I don't care what it is. I'm gonna mop the floor somewhere. I'm never going to be without income or dependent upon government to help me figure out where my money is coming from. I'm never going to be dependent upon anyone. I will always determine my destiny by my effort. And David Upchurch always says, what's the difference between what sets the major agents apart from everyone else? It's their effort and their action.
Well, I love the attitude. You just got to do what you got to do. You got to do whatever it takes. I had a coach one time, and I think he got it from a movie or something, but he always said, remember, winter is coming. And it's the same thing. You have to remember that a recession could be coming. You have to remember what's going to happen. So you got to start planning now. So, every commission check that you get, and I'm talking to new agents, you need to put some of that away for taxes, but you also need to put some of that away because might not be any later. But what people do, a lot of agents do, not just new agents, but experienced agents, they have a bad habit of when things start getting bad, they start pulling back on marketing and advertising. You cannot. This is the time where you need to go, like my dad says, full tilt boogie. You need to be all in. You need to do a lot because that's when the market's going to thin out and you need to shine.
Right. And right now, so many agents they'll blame their firm. They'll blame their team leader. They'll do the blame game. The only person that you have to blame is yourself in real estate or anybody that owns a business. We can blame the governor for shutting us down. We've got to do something for income. We should never live our life without backup plans, without backup options. And you and I've both learned that we need to, we need to live in abundance and give in abundance, but we also need to make sure we're ready for anything.
Well, I've seen people that don't have jobs and I feel horrible for them, but I also see companies that are hiring. So I really don't understand that. But, but what we're talking about realtors, we're talking about what you can do to survive and to get from where you started to where you want to go. And, having now been in business 22 years, if I could do things over, when I first started, I would have said, how long do I want to do this and where do I want to end up? And I would have started focusing on that plan rather than I had to learn that over the years through different coaching and, meeting agents like yourself and figuring out that I need to know what that end result that I want is when I'm here at the starting line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I can start planning for that.
Stephen Covey, his whole, 7 habits of highly effective people was start with the end in mind. Yep. And that's exactly what you're saying. If I want to retire at 60 and I'm 50, what does that look like? If I want to retire at 65 and I'm 50, what does that look like? And people aren't thinking that way. And
well, let's go back to retirement for a minute. Let's go back to that because that hit something big. So, I was a Remax agent for 11 years, had my own firm, sold it, blah, blah, blah. One of the reasons that I chose to come to EXP is for the revenue share and the stock. Now, there's a lot of other things, but those were 2 big things because no other firm did that for me. Like right now, I look at my stock and I think, I've been at EXP 2 years.
Right.
I have about close to 200,000 in stock. There are agents that have a lot more than me, and there are some that have less. But listen, no other company, as much money as I made for them, selling real estate, staying up all night, doing whatever, no one else gave me 200,000. They took me to lunch at the country club.
Yeah.
This is residual. And so I think one of the myths is that people think all we do is recruit. We don't. We're all selling real estate. These are just things that happen that if I'd been selling real estate somewhere else and they were happening in the background, I wouldn't be selling real estate today.
Right. But you know what? Here's the thing about the recruiting thing, right? Every single firm in town is recruiting.
Right.
They're just paying somebody to recruit for their firm, or they're
Right.
giving agents a bonus to recruit, you know, a $500 or $1,000 fee to recruit their team or to their firm. Well, guess what? We have ongoing nice dumps into our account of cash for when people come over, and it doesn't come out of the agent's budget. It comes out of their 20% split to EXP up to $16,000. But what I love about this, it's life changing for so many people. So many people are no longer working 100-hour weeks. They're working 40 or 50-hour weeks. And when you're a single agent doing it all on your own, you're working, if you're successful, you're 100 hours a week, 80
well, Karin,
minimum.
You had asked me once how it was expanding into another market. And it is so easy because my cap is the same. It's one for me, no matter where I'm at. So I'm not 16,000 in Las Vegas and 16,000 in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm 16,000 across the board. So how great is that? Because I know that our friends at that company that begins with a K, I think it is, you know, if you're in different markets, you have multiple caps.
I never understood that expansion model because it was so expensive and so much work. I was like, no, thank you. I don't want that. I don't want to work 120 hours a week when I'm already working 100.
Right. Well, I love it. It's true what they say about EXP. You know, they're all about the agent, and it really is. I've worked a lot of places that's what they say, but this is the first time I really felt it. So, okay. So we looked at where we're at. We know where we want to go.
And when people look back at their numbers, so I feel like agents need to have a grasp on what their average commission is, what their average sales price is, so that they can figure out what those numbers are, so they can figure out where they want to go and how to get there. So if I have a goal of making $100,000 and my average commission check is $5,000, how many deals do I need to do to get there?
But a lot of agents are overwhelmed with that. I have an agent on my team. I'm going to give a shout out to Jennifer Stafford. She's her second or third year in the business. This year, her business has doubled. She is so busy. I mean, she's done well with her new clients, taking care of her past clients. She shut her leads off. She doesn't want any more leads right now because she can't handle it. How's that? Okay. Because a lot of people are on team for leads. So she's doing great. But one thing that happens when you start getting ahead, you need to know how to become incorporated, get your EIN number, you know, get all that set up. And so I gave her an exact list with all the links, all the forms, step by step, exactly what to do as a new agent. That's what they don't teach you in real estate school. And even when you get out of school and you start working for a broker, your brokers don't teach you that either. They just teach you how to keep selling.
And when you're on a team, I want my agents to make the absolute money they can make.
That's right.
The more they make, the more I make. The more they make, the more I make. And
it's a reflection on us as a team leader if you have someone that isn't successful. And so it's very important. And, you know, I feel responsible to these people. So here in Las Vegas, I just hired 2 brand new agents. And we are going training like baby steps. But I love it. And you know what? They're going to do great. And I'm excited for them.
And you're going to coach them through that. And that is also the difference of a team, is that it's not all on you. So one of the things that people don't break down is the cost of listings and every step that it takes to take care of a listing and put it in, and how to market it, because we market on Facebook, social media, Google, on top of all the other Zillow and Realtor and all those junk websites that we're forced to spend money on. I want it in our local market to our people and people that are coming here. So I like to really target our listing options. And that's all that I advertise, our listings. So that's where I spend my money. What would you tell new agents or even experienced agents where to spend their money? I mean, I
spend mine at the mall. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, on your hair.
My hair, yes. Well, I am in Vegas, so you know.
Yeah.
Well, one thing you need to do is sit down and make a list of every recurring cost that you have in your business. And you can take that to your personal life as well. But if you sit down and make a list of all the recurring costs, you'll start seeing you're paying for things you really don't need.
Right.
A lot of agents don't realize that.
This is my monthly report right here. That's got all my 2020, 2019. This isn't even my P&L that I look at. And on top is my revenue share, which I do like to see. So I like to see the positive first and then my expenses next. But agents have got to treat it like a business, and they don't. And if you don't want to treat it like a business, jump on a team and just work your 30 or 40 hours a week, go on vacation, have a real life. But if you really want to create a long-term plan as an independent agent or building a team, you've got to treat it like a full-blown business and get busy with that.
Right. I agree. So you going trick-or-treating this weekend, Karin?
I am going to give out tons of candy. Look at our, can you see this?
My inflatable cooler. Okay, tell me what you're going to do.
So I don't subscribe to the bag up the candy. I'm going to sit outside, my typical music, greet my neighbors, hand out candy for the kids and cocktails for the adults, and have a good time. What about you? What are you going to do?
Well, I live in a 55 plus community. I won't be having any kids, but I do have a fire station right down the street from my house, and I always want them to know where I live, because as I'm getting older, I want to make sure the rescue people find me. So periodically for different holidays and stuff, I go down there and I bring them little goodies and stuff. So that will be my treat. No tricks, just treats.
That's a great idea. And you know what? We have been going around giving first responders and fire folks, and my team just went and did some EMS gift cards. So we give away $20 gift cards for lunch to folks in the area. It's just goodwill. It's just, we've had such a successful year. And I find that if you give
back.
Yeah. I mean, it's biblical, right? I mean,
yeah, but it's true. It's true. It's karma.
It's biblical, and it's fun.
It is. So, all right. Well, happy Halloween, Karin, and I will see you next week. Right. And we know what we're going to talk about.
Oh, next week? That's a surprise topic. I can't think of anything right now.
It's a surprise to us too, I guess, right?
Well, I'll tell you this. We could talk about the different lanes of traffic for becoming a millionaire and a multimillionaire. So let's talk about that. All the different lanes you need to really set yourself apart and become the millionaire or multimillionaire you want to be.
As opposed to the multi-dollar-aire.
Yeah. 50 cent became 20 cent.
All right. Good seeing you, and I'll see you next week.
All right. Love you. Bye.
Bye.